Okay, we're going to continue on the Holy Spirit, which is an angel. The Most High have holy angels. Can I be heard okay? Okay, so what? Let's look at Matthew, the 25th chapter, and the 30. Matthew 25 and 31. Matthew 25 and 31, it says, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him. So he's coming back with holy angels. That's why I say it's more than just one holy angel. He's coming back with the holy angels with him. Then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. Now, to know how many angels he's coming back with, we go to Revelation 9:16. The 9th chapter, the 16th verse. And the number of the army, and the army is used for what? For war. Of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. 200 million angels. So his holy angels that he's coming back with is 200 million. Matthew 25:31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, that's 200 million angels that he's coming back with. Then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. So, ain't nobody going to get away with, no matter if they pretending to be in this nation, that nation, whatever, he going to separate all the nations, because he knows who's who. It says, and he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, the sheep, the lost 12 tribes of Israel, the lost sheep of the house of Israel, come ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. So it's a kingdom that's prepared for us from the foundation of the world. But it's a certain people that he's going to give this to. Not everyone. Certain people that he's going to give this to. And that is 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel. You have that opportunity. Look at verse 41. Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire prepared for the devil and his angels. Right? So you know the devil have angels also. Deceitful and evil people. Oh yeah. So let's look at Revelations, the 14th chapter and the 10th verse. Revelation 14 and 10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, and of Mashiach Yahushua, which is poured out without mixture, into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with the fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Now we just said he's coming back. to separate all the nations. He's going to set the sheep on the right hand. And he said in Matthew 15:24, but he answered and said, I'm not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He's going to set the goats on the left. And it tells you in Daniel's 8:21, and the rough goat is the king of Greece. So that represents the mindset of the Greeks. The ones that's going to take on the mindset of our enemy that we were sold to. The oppressor. And not come back to the Most High's law, such come out. So one is saying you're not under the laws of the Most High. You got to follow the Most High. Mashiach Yahushua just said, if you love me, keep my commandments in St. John 14:15. So if you don't want to follow what he said, do, how are you going to save you? Come on, you telling people you don't have to follow the law, you're going to be the least in the kingdom of heaven. Straight up. See, that's because people don't really understand the spirits that the Most High have produced, the angels that the Most High have produced. You know? And so let's look at Hebrews, the first chapter. Hebrews, the first chapter. Follow right along with me. Bear with me. Hebrews, the first chapter. We're going to look at a Mashiach Yahushua within these verses. He's right here. Hebrews 1, and we're going to look at verse 7. I'll read verse 4 first. This is Mashiach Yahushua. It says, being made so much better than the angels, as he has by inheritance obtained a more excellent name than they. So Mashiach Yahushua is better, much better than the angels that the Most High created. These holy angels, Mashiach Yahushua is better than them. Much better, matter of fact. And he has obtained a more excellent name than these holy angels. It says, for unto which of the angels said he at any time, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. And again I will be to him a father, and he shall be to me a son. See, and again, when he bringeth in the first begotten into the world, Mashiach Yahushua, he said, and let all the angels of the Most High worship him. Said all the angels worship Mashiach Yahushua. And of the angels, he said, who maketh his angel spirits and his ministers a flame of fire. Okay? So Mashiach Yahushua was made better than the angels. So now when you look at, because the angels are spirits, when you go into the Apocrypha, we're going to the Apocrypha, and we're going to look at another side besides these holy angels that you're going to understand, which are spirits that the Most High created through Mashiach Yahushua. Remember, Mashiach Yahushua made everything. He made the worlds. So when you understand this, that's why you got to look at it all the way. That's why you have to have a relationship with the Most High, so that these spirits don't deal with you, don't have an advantage over you. When you look at Ecclesiasticus 39, and we're going to start at verse 28. There be spirits We know the spirits are angels. In Psalms 104 and 4, he maketh his angels spirits. There be spirits or angels that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Appease the wrath of the Most High, who made them through Mashiach Yahushua. Here go these spirits. Here go these angels. Fire and hell. It was funny. I seen was the Edomites? They was at this beach, and the Most High said big balls of hell on the beach on a sunny day just started bombarding them with hell coming from the sky. They had to run out of water, and they was running for shelter. It says fire. These are spirits, angels, and hell, and famine, food shortage, and death is a spirit, an angel. All these were created for vengeance. Teeth, a wild beast. A spirit get into a wild beast. And scorpions, serpents, and the sword. Modern day swords, the guns. Punishing the wicked to destruction. It says, they shall rejoice in his commandment. These angels, these spirits. And they shall be ready upon earth. They right here on the earth. When need is. They're here on the earth. When need is, I'm supposed to tell you all the time that wherever you are, there's spirits that are roaming around. And there's a battle between good and evil. It says, when need is, they're right here on the earth. And when their time has come, when the Most High called them up, they shall not transgress his word. See? They're going to do exactly what he wanted them to do. Now let's get an example of this. Let's go to the book of Psalms, the 78th chapter. Psalm 78. That's why we gotta have a balance here, because without a balance, then you'll be just like the Christians. They think the Most High is all love. But let's see if he's all love. He just said he made these spirits that are made for vengeance, these angels that are made for vengeance. Let's look at times when the Most High brought these spirits. Look at Psalm 78th chapter, and first we'll look at verse 41. Let's read verse 40. Say, how often, which means often, did they provoke him in the wilderness and grieve him in the desert? Mashiach Yahushua was with us here. Yeah, they turned back and tempted the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua and limited the Holy One of Israel. Limited the Holy One of Israel. Didn't want to follow him. He was with us. He said, you only need me. No, we want to be like the other nations. I'll give you an example. Numbers 14 chapter. Go to Numbers 14th chapter. Looking at these spirits. Holy spirits. And they holy on the right side, holy on the left side. They do what the Most High want them to do. The ones that's made for vengeance. Most High said this in Numbers 14:29. Your carcasses shall fall in this wilderness, and all that were numbered of you according to your whole number, from 20 years old and upward, which have murmured against me, doubtless ye shall not come into the land, concerning which I swear to make you dwell therein. Say Caleb, the son of Zephaniah, and Joshua, the son of Nun. He killed everybody. When we came out, 600,000 men and our women and children. He killed every adult but Caleb and Joshua. Now we're trying to make it to the promised land now, people. Don't think it's going to be any different. Ain't nothing new under the sun. That's why all you that's faking, shaking, and thinking that you're going to do it however you want to do it, and not according to thus say the Most High, and murmuring about this, that, and the third, and not doing what you're supposed to be doing, it's going to be hard to make it, brothers and sisters. They say the righteous scarcely going to make it. The righteous scarcely going to make it. This is something to behold. Well, we have to pay attention to this. Deuteronomy 6 and 16. Word to the wise. Say, ye shall not tempt the Most High your power, as ye tempted him in Massah. Ye shall diligently keep the commandments of the Most High your power, and his testimonies and his statutes, which he hath commanded thee. He said, if you love me, keep my commandments. Ain't nothing changed. So now, going back to Psalm 78th chapter, and verse 41. It says, yeah, they turned back and tempted the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushai, and limited the Holy One of Israel. They remembered not his hand, nor the day when he delivered them from the enemy. See, they remember his hand. We got to go into that, because 1 Corinthians, the 10th chapter, talk about his hand. They remember his hand. Many scriptures bring Mashiach Yahushai to the forefront. You can read it yourself. Read from 1 Corinthians 10, the first verse to the fourth. I'm going to get right to the point and let you know it's talking about Mashiach Yahushai. It said, did all drink the same spiritual drink, but they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Mashiach. Verse 8 it says, verse 9 it says, neither let us tempt Mashiach, as some of them also tempted, and were destroyed of serpents. So that's him when he's saying, hey, don't tempt your power, because we Mashiach him. 1 Corinthians 3:23 all day long. Mashiach is the Most High. That's how we get to the Most High. Through the angels, the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, to the Mashiach Yahushua, to the Most High. Now, it says in 1 Corinthians 10 and 9, neither let us tempt the Mashiach Yahushua, as some of them also tempted, who are the Israelites, who the Most High said he killed everybody, said their carcass is going to fall in the wilderness. So we got to go in the wilderness again. So you think just because you go to the wilderness, you done made it? No, you ain't made it till you make it to the kingdom. It's the Most High will that he will allow us to make it to the kingdom. If it's his will. Only if it's his will. So he gonna purge out the rebels in the wilderness. Again, just like he purged out these rebels and allowed their children to go in. And we still went against the Most High's word. So now it says, verse 10, neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured and were destroyed of the destroyer. That's the Mashiach Yahushua, the destroyer. And coming back to destroyers, let's read about it. Let's read about the destroyer. Psalm 78, because remember here, who was David's power? Of Mashiach Yahushua. He said that in Psalms 110 and 1. The Most High said, to my power of Mashiach Yahushua, sit thee on my right hand till I make thine enemies thy footstool. We went over that earlier. So now, going back to Psalm 78 and 41, it says, yea, they turned back and tempted the Most High Mashiach Yahushua, and limited the Holy One of Israel. Limited him. He talks about that. I mean, we as a people, just like it is now, we didn't accept the rock of the Most High, that the Most High had sent for us to follow. Look, Deuteronomy 32 and 18. It say, of the rock that begot thee, thou art unmindful. Who's that rock? He just explained who that rock is, Mashiach Yahushua. and has forgotten the Most High that formed thee. And when the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushua, saw it, he abhorred them. So when you say Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated, he hated us too. We're going to see how he hated us. When he saw this, he hated us. That's how abhorred. He hated us because of the provoking of his sons and of his daughters. And he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be. For they are a very froward generation, children in whom is no faith. No faith until this day. Still no faith. That's why he said, they have moved me to jealousy with that which is not the Most High. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities. Things that have no power. No validity at all. And I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation. And that's what we're being provoked right now. We've been through the no people. That's these other nations. He considered them no people. He said in Isaiah 40:17, all nations before him are as nothing and less than nothing and vanity. So, and then 2nd Ezra says that they're nothing but be like on a spittle. So that's how I feel about these other nations. He said they're no people, vanity. He says they're nothing. He says, and a foolish nation he gonna anger us with, because they sure angered us because they did a job to us as the children of Israel. You know, where they did us, and still doing us to this day. So let's go back to Psalm 78. And we're gonna read verse 43. How he had wrought his signs in Egypt and his wonders in the field of Zoan, and had turned their rivers into blood and their floods that they could not drink. He sent diverse sorts of flies among them, which devoured them, and frogs, which destroyed them. He gave also their increase unto the caterpillar, and their labor unto the locust. That's what he's going to do again, to show his power. When he come back and start to visit this earth with the plagues that's written in this Bible, all nations are going to bow down. They're going to bow down now, or you're going to bow down later, but you're going to bow down. Everybody going to bow down. Everybody going to cry because of a Mashiach Yahushua. So he destroyed their vines with hail and their sycamore trees with frost. This all power. He gave up their cattle also to the hail and their flocks to hot thunderbolts. Man, he burned them up. The lightning. Verse 49 is key. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation, and trouble. How? By sending evil angels among them. Hear that? By sending evil angels among them. Look, he sent evil angels to do his job, to bring forth his indignation, his anger, his wrath, his trouble. Just our power, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Hallelujah, his holy name. It says he made a way to his anger. He spared not their soul from death, but gave their life over to the pestilence, and smote all the firstborn in Egypt, the chief of their strength in the tabernacles of Ham. This is what he done. But made his own people. He killed every firstborn male of everything of the Egyptians. In the tabernacles of Ham, that you know, Ham represents the so-called Africans. We're from Shem. But made his own people to go forth like sheep, and guided them in the wilderness like a flock. That's what he did for us. So, that's why I said we got to look at both perspectives of this. So we're looking at Judges, the 9th chapter. Look at Judges, the 9th chapter. And we're going to look at, start at verse 22. When Abimelech had reigned 3 years over Israel, then the Most High sent an evil spirit between Abimelech and the men of Shechem. Hear that? Then the Most High sent an evil spirit between Abimelech and the men of Shechem. And the men of Shechem dealt treacherously with Abimelech. So the Most High sent an evil spirit, and this evil spirit got in the men of Shechem. That's plural. That's more than one. All these men, this evil spirit went through their minds, got into their minds to have them deal treacherously with Abimelech. That the cruelty done to the 70 sons of Zerubbabel might come, and their blood be laid upon Abimelech their brother, which slew them, and upon the men of Shechem, which aided him in the killing of his brethren. And the men of Shechem set liars in wait for him in the top of the mountains, and they robbed all that came along that way by them. And it was told Abimelech, all out to get them, all out to bring forth the judgment of the Most High. Through what? Through evil spirits. Understand this, through evil spirits. Once again, that's why we got to know the Most High. We got to know a little bit that He just allows us to know of Him through these scriptures. Look at 2 Chronicles 18. 2 Chronicles 18. Chapter. And we're going to start at verse 18. 2 Chronicles 18:18. Second Chronicles 18 and 18. Again he said, therefore hear the word of the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushua saw the Most High sitting upon his throne, and all the hosts of heaven, which are the angels, standing on his right hand and on his left. So he had angels on the right hand, he had angels on his left hand. And the Most High said, who will entice Ahab, king of Israel, that he may go up and fall, that means die, at Ramoth Gilead? And one spake, saying, after this matter, and another saying, after that matter. Then there came out a spirit, and stood before the Most High, stood before the throne of the Most High, and said, after all these angels come and say, I'll do this, and I'll do this, I'll do it like this. I'll go down and I'll tell him this, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do that. So they can kill King Ahab. So he can die at Ramoth Gilead. Verse 20, then there came out a spirit, or what? An angel, and stood before the Most High, and said, I will entice him. And the Most High said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go out and be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. So therefore, understand this, people. A lying spirit can get in the mouth of many men. The minds first, because it goes from your mind, they get into their minds, and then they speak lies. Then they act upon the lies. That's how it works. Those spirits, that's why I say people have demons. They have lying demons, lying spirits. Like this is a lying spirit that will go down from the council that's having with the Most High, sitting on his throne. He had angels on his right hand and left hand, and they all coming to him, giving an account of how they can go down and kill King Ahab at Ramoth Gilead. Excuse me. and this lying spirit came up. Check it out. And he said, I will go out, verse 21, and be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And the Most High said, thou shalt entice him, and thou shalt also prevail. Go out and do even so. Now, therefore, behold, the Most High have put a lying spirit in the mouth of these thy prophets, plural. So that you know, one spirit, like we just read about that, one spirit got into the minds of the Shechem, the men of Shechem. Now this one spirit, this lying spirit, got into the mouths of King Ahab's prophets to lie to him. Men. How many could be many? One spirit go through and lie to everybody. Everybody believe that same old lie. Amazing, isn't it? That's why you got to look at spiritual things and understand spiritual things and how spiritual things work, and look at how could this happen? It's happening right here as we read about it. It says, now therefore behold, the Most High, verse 22. Now therefore behold, the Most High hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of these thy prophets, and the Most High hath spoken evil against thee. See? Another case scenario. Second Samuel's 24:1. 2 Samuel's 24:1. Second Samuel's 24:1. It says, and again, the anger of the Most High was kindled against Israel. He was angry with us, we the children of Israel. And he moved David, King David, against them to say, go number Israel and Judah. So he's angry with us. And he moved David, King David, to number Israel.